welcome everyone to a Zero Recoil tutorial, step by step. Alright folks, let's get to it. So first things first, I want to give a little note, okay? So there's a lot of videos out there that say the same title as me, saying this is how you get Zero Recoil if you copy my settings, if you copy my fucking 50 dead zone, 3 response curve, 0 dead zone, 0 response curve, you go 4-3 linear, you get 0 recoil, this is how you do it. And you just copy these and you'll have this amazing beam. You'll do an Imperial, how you'll beam people, you'll do a Jen Burton, all this good stuff, right? And then you put on these settings, it never happens. You're just like, bro, what the fuck? I don't get this game. I don't get what's going on. Why do I have recoil still? What's going on? Why are these people? Are they using the Corona Zen? Are they cheating? Like what's going on here? So I'm here to explain which is the first step in all this, and this is why their videos are wrong, and I'm gonna teach you why. Or any video that says, oh, like this is how you recoil, this is how you do it. It's because it's more complicated than that. It's about your controller. Okay, that's the number one biggest factor in getting zero recoil is your controller. Your controller is the reason. Your controller and its settings are the reason why you have very jumpy aim, or you don't aim well, you don't track well, or you have super like dummy recoil compared to other people, and all that good stuff. So just give a background. I'm a Masters player. I don't go pred because I like seeing the outside of my house. But I'd say I'm like one of the best, in my opinion, and I have a bunch of videos of my gameplay if you want to dare to challenge that. And a lot of other people are good, like 0.01% of console or PC players, like they're really good, just like me. And I'm here to tell you the secrets of this shit. So first off, it's your controller. So my controller is very old. I say I got it like, was it like a year ago or something, and it has a lot of stick drift, and it just, so I play on ALS or AGL or whatever it's called. What's this stupid thing called again? Advanced control settings, whatever. Advanced ALCs, my bad. So these are my settings right now. So I play on 10, 1, 4, 500, 500, 170, 170. Now this, do not copy my settings thinking you're gonna have the best shit ever like I do. You're not. And then these are my optics. But these are my control set, personalized to me. They made ALCs just for your personal experience and your controller. Okay? So your controller is different than my controller. So copying my settings will do nothing for you. And I'm going to teach you right now on how to figure out what is your settings. What is the best settings? But I think I first got to show you what it even looks like. What the best settings even look like. So we're going to take the most no recoil best gun in the game, one of the most best guns in the game, ARs in the game. We're going to pick up the R301. I'm not even going to put a sniper stock on it. Let's get a purple, why not? There's no barrel stabilizers. Barrel stabilizers do help, but yeah. There you go. There you go. 1, 2. And it's a little bit far away, so it's kind of a little bit harder, which I'll get to that in a second, but bingo. Bingo. This is with no barrel stabilizer, of course, but see, it's very hard far away, so you gotta do a little horizontal. But I'll get to that later on. So yeah, this is what it looks like, folks. Basically zero recoil. Alright, that's what it's supposed to look like. So at the end of the day, when you look at this video and you're like, what is this supposed to look like? That's what it's supposed to look like. Basically what it's supposed to look like. Well, that's Volta SMG, obviously. It's not going to do as much as the beam of the R301. The R301 is the beam. I watch a lot of Chaotic, and the reason why he beams with R301 is because R301 is literally the best and most easiest recoil to use in the game. So, that's what it's supposed to look like. And let's get on to the controller. How do you figure this out? Like, how do you even figure this stuff out? Well, first of all, let's go into it. First of all, first things first, put your FOV to 110. The reason why you want to do it to 110 is because if let's just say you put it at 70, you'll have so much recoil because how do I explain this? FOV means like you're basically kind of like third person, but you're not third person, but you're like close to third person. It means you can see more of your peripherals from left to right. It means you're like more zoomed out than you would be if you were like, pretending you're a human looking at a screen. You'd be just having a set of standard, but if you were FOV was 110, you'd be more zoomed out. You can see like wider, and you can see, farther looks very far to you. And close looks very far to you compared to, regular vision. Like here's 70. So when you're more close in, that's when the recoil really starts to kick in. That's when the recoil really fucks you up because the essence, the impactfulness of the recoil is maximum at 70. So you want the best at 110, which it means you're far away, it means you're controlling it better, like this. Now if I was at 70, it wouldn't control it better. So always go 110. Always go 110, folks. Alright, anyways, so after you do that, let's get back in the settings. Now, I know some YouTubers and like, Verholz, some other controller players, they play, what's it called? They play on like 4-3, and then they go either linear or they just go the regular stuff. I go ALCs because I feel like, in my personal opinion, I'm able to fine-tune my settings that I've worked hard and looked up and tried to find throughout the time. So this is the best settings I do my best at, and I would like you all, if you're really serious about this game, to find your settings, which I'm gonna show you now. So let's get to it. So let's go all the way back to 0. Let's go all the way to zeros. 0 0 0. We're gonna keep this at, let's just pretend you're at like 250, right? Let's pretend we're just, we're working on your controller. I think like a lot of pro players, they go what was it, like 400, and then they go 130. I know people love 130. I know Jim Burton, he goes 500, 130, 130. But that's his controller, folks. That is his controller. That's the difference. That's the biggest difference about all these people who have controllers. Like, and you copy settings, they don't work. Is because it's your controller and your stick drift and how your sticks respond to how you aim and shoot and how you control recoil. So let's just pretend we're this. All right, let's see. Whoa, look at that! I have fucking dummy. I have dummy as dead zone. So let's go to it. So if I have a lot of dead zone, you don't want to have dead zone at all. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have any stick drift at all. So like I had my settings, I figured out that at 10 I have no stick drift. Okay, that's awesome, right? So let's see if I can beam. A little bit weird. See, it's a little bit off. It's like I can't control it that much. A little bit here and there. And look at my left and right. It's a little bit too slow for my liking. So I'm gonna put that back up to 500 because this is my controller. You see, if you had 0 dead zone, you went to 500, your shit would be so fast compared to me, because my dead zone, my stick is saying, hey, you need to go a certain range for me to move, 10% wise. So if I had 0, I'd move instantaneously. So like, look at this. It's because I have 0 response curve. Now 0 response curve and dead zone work hand in hand to give you the best recoil ever. See how it's like bobbing up and down? It's because my stick is so twitchy. It's very twitchy. So in certain fights, in certain instances, my recoil is going to be so off because I don't have the response curve. So let's get some ammo real quick. So like I said, if it's really jumpy, like look how jumpy that. You see how it went left, right, up, 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 up. Even when I was trying to control the recoil of the R301 on in and of itself. See, look at that. It's okay. It's too wobbly, right? It's too wobbly. It's too uncontrollable. So you want to put response curve, which is saying the more response curve you have, the less twitchy it reacts to your analog sticks. So like I said, I think I had mine at 5 whenever I deleted it. Now that's a little bit too slow, but let me look at my ADS to begin with. I don't know. I don't like that ADS, so my ADS at 10% dead zone, I would go, like I said, 170. 170 is my sweet spot. A little bit better. There you go. Okay, okay. Lot better. See, look at that beam. Look at that beam. See how it's less twitchy and your recoil is not that much because of response curve and dead zone working together. So, like I said, you go to dead zone, you put it as high as your controller won't drift, won't have stick drift. You always put this to 1. You never put this to 0. Response curve, it just depends on your controller. So if I say I go 1, it's a little bit too twitchy. A little bit too twitchy. Look how twitchy that is, even with 1. So I've noticed that if you play around with, like, let's say I play around 3, you'd be like, okay, that's a little bit too much twitchiness. Yeah, that's a little bit too much twitchiness. So you see how I went to the right and I couldn't control it? You go to 5. Oh, look at that beam. That is fucking beautiful. No stabilizer, no nothing. And we're not even done with the tutorial. This is just part 1. There's much more to master, folks. There's a reason why those pro players get a lot of money, even if they play on controller. See, on mouse and keyboard, you have your whole arm to accurately pinpoint and control this recoil that we have here. On controller, we have our thumb, so we have aim assist. And aim assist does help a lot, but doesn't. When it comes to recoil control, is all dependent on our controller. Trust me, like aim assist helps a lot, but at the end of the day, long range. When it comes to long range and 0 recoil or mid range, it's just like, it's a bit iffy. You have to fuck with your controller like what we're doing now. A lot better, nice. So I figured out mine is 5. Let's just go to 4. Just to give you a little insight, because you might be confused like, oh man, how am I supposed to figure out if it's 4 or 5? Well, let's find out. Ooh, okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. I do not like that. I felt it. You can feel it. Let's go to 6. Now 6 is a little bit better, but I feel a little bit more dull than I like. Look how I'm going down. It won't go down as much. What I like. And turning is crazy. Turning turning is very slow. So I don't like 6 either. So we're gonna go drop back to 5. Awesome, right? All right. Now the yaw and pitch speed is up to you. Personally, in my own opinion, in this game, in Apex Legends, you need to be able to fight a third party if they come around. You need to be able to turn around or escape using an Ashult, or turn around, go to cover, Valkyrie out of a situation, or go with your team, or Gibby bubble, do whatever. Okay? You need to be able to react to anything happening behind you as soon as possible. So I like having a very high... and I've gotten used to it. It's not easy, I'll tell you that much, but I've gotten used to it. A very high sensitivity on pitch, because third parties are a thing in this game, and you need to be able to react and counter and take less damage. So I keep this at 500. I keep these at 170 for my controller. Now on a pro, like Jem Burton, for instance, he does 130. His 130 is my 170 because I have to put 10% dead zone on my stuff and response curve. He actually has, I think, 1% dead zone and 0% response curve. I've done a lot of research into this and why is this controller. It's all because of controllers, folks. So I want to give a little tidbit too. This right here is going to be a little bit more tricky to find, because you're going to have to go in game and you're going to have to aim and track people. And if you're like, man, my tracking is so slow, I can't track this guy. I can't do it. Like, he's too fast, and you need to up it up and adjust to it. And everything like that. But this is mine at 10% dead zone. These are mine. So that's part 1 of this tutorial. If you're here still, thank you for watching still. I hope this has cleared your eyes a little bit of the problem. Now we're going to part 2 of Recoil, 0 Recoil. Alright, the guns themselves, okay? This can help you a lot. If you For instance, I think you've seen this in every YouTube video. This is how it all plays apart. You have to first get the controller settings and then do the recoil control. You see, if you just look at some 30-second video from Pee Pee Poo Poo Stinky Guy and he tells you, oh bro, the R301 recoil, it goes like this. Just control that, you will win. And then it never happens. It's because you have to get your controller first and then it'll start going. So like I said, the R301, it goes like slanted a little bit right up and then goes left and then back right. Now, in my personal opinion, this end part of it, honestly, I don't really feel it that much. I do feel it, but like low key, if you really want to be like, oh yes, I am at bullet number 20, I want to now go right and then go left. I think that's stupid as shit. I think that's dumb as hell when you can just literally do this. It literally moves like a millimeter. It really doesn't make a damn difference. Like, you just control it anyways. But yeah, you do need to learn the initial recoil of it. So like I said, if this is going all the way to the right, you need to put your stick like down a little bit to the left. So down a little bit to the left. So let's just, for instance, let me just go down. That's good. So yeah, it's down a little bit to the left, like that. Now, if I just go down from very long range, it's not going to do as much as if I did down to the left. Look how it goes wobbling left, right. This is very long range. If you've ever noticed that at long range, your recoil is utter ass compared to short range, it's because they made it that way. They made it that at long range, you can't just instantly beam like we're in Call of Duty doing the best, what was it? Just any gun attachments, and it, like, no matter what, you have zero recoil. They made it into this game that you can't beam someone from very far away with an AR, like bullet per bullet. But there's actually a way which we'll get to part 3, but we first got to learn the recoil of the R301, which will help us shoot people long range. So let me go down to the left. Lots of help, right? If I just went straight down, it would have been all over the place. Down, left. Helped a little bit, but it's not the full puzzle here. And bingo. Down to the left. And we're going to get to the next part when we... this is with no barrel stabilizer, by the way. Alright. Anyways, so you need to learn the recoil of the R301. So mine's down to the left. Now, let's just say you don't use R301 for some reason. I don't know why you wouldn't, but R301's a god-tier weapon, but that's fine. That's fine, folks. We'll use the R99. Now, if you use this gun, I pray to you, because this thing can beam, but the car is still technically better. This is just straight down. The recoil of the R99 is just straight up. And then it goes left, right a little bit at the end part. So, if you see how much it kicks, you could tell that this R90, you need to really put your analog down like a lot. To really, like that. And you can start beaming. And at long range, obviously, it's not going to be as easy, but that's the R99. See? Easy money. Literally zero recoil right there, folks. It's just literally down. That's all you got to do. Now, let me see. Let me give you one more example, and then we'll get on to the next point. I don't want to waste your guys' time. The car. They literally best for best DPS, except for the turbocharger, Havoc. Havoc's very good. Awesome. Very good. Now, the car, it loves to go left and right. The car literally loves to go left and right on this. Alright, as you see, it goes up and then goes left and right, left and right, left and right. So, what I like to do is go left and right a little bit, like kind of twitch it. When it comes to the car, long range, you don't need to do the short range. If you're short range, all you want to do is hip fire, honestly. That's all you want to do. That's but long range, like this medium range. But yeah, car, just hold straight down. And like I said, car is an SMG. It's not really an AR, so it's not really built to go very long range at all. I don't give a fuck what guy tells you that you can start beaming with the car long, like at 500 meters. Not possible. Okay. But yeah, cars usually for more short range. Another classic favorite is the flatline. So let me get the flatline. I've been working on this bad boy. Flatline is very, I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it takes a bit to get used to because the flatline has a lot more recoil compared to the R301. Now the R301, like I said, is down to the left, and now the flatline is more to the right now. Let's look at the bullet curve on this. Now it literally just goes straight left. So that means you gotta tug right. So anytime you're going up against a person, tug right. Zero recoil, basically. Tug right. Tug right. And like I said, far range is far range because the farther you are, the more recoil you're gonna have trying to hit a target. Very nice. Tug right. As you can see, the flatline has no recoil when it comes to medium and small range, as well as usually any weapon. Very good. Alright. This is with no attachments, no stocks, no sights or anything. So that's step number 2. First is controller for configuration. Step 2 is learning the recoil pattern of your gun. So like I said, the flatline, you can test any gun you want to really learn. So it goes all the way to the left, you want to curve it right. So yeah, that's how you do that. Now the third, this is what a lot of pros use, and it's built in this game. A lot of people don't know this. This is the third and final chapter that will complete what you need to know. It will complete everything. You need to know how to basically, I think it's called horizontal stability. There might be another, or aim stability or something like that, strafing stability, something like that along those lines. But I call it what it is. But this is how it is. So basically, when you move left and right, you move horizontal left and right, you will have like a 90% no recoil. You will have some recoil for sure. It's not zero, but you'll have some, which is better than, you know, having a lot, obviously. So go left, right. Let me get this guy. Go left and then right. Left, right. Now you're gonna. This is kind of hard to get, honestly, because you have to get your left and, you know, your sensitivity controlled to do this. So like I said before, your ADS speed is up to you and your controller settings, so you need to figure that out before you can master this. But that's why once you get the controller configuration, you'll be mastering this in no time. So all you gotta move is left and right. Horizontal stability, right there. Now this is what all the pros use. They use this one tip all the time. This horizontal stability that was built in Apex. I think a lot of games they don't have this like Apex does. You can even try very far with the flatline, which is very hard. And that's how it is. Go. Now let's pretend I'm not moving left and right anymore. Let's do it. Look, it's all over the fucking place. Because it's very far away and I have it 3 times trying to hit it. Now if I go move left and right. Very nice. So you want to really use that. You should use it anytime you can, as long as you're very proficient at it. If you're not very proficient at doing this horizontal stability, I would not recommend it. So once you get the configuration, you now add your knowledge of the recoil patterns, and then you also do this. And you're going to be fantastic. So every controller pro player, they use this constantly. You could look up, let's see, Gemburn. I mean, every pro controller player uses this. This is literally the cheat in the system. I don't know any game that has this in their game. But basically, moving left or right gives you no recoil. That's basically the gist of it. So let me go kill some more. So yeah, those are the 3, folks. That will complete anything you have about recoil. But yeah, but personally, for me, I would use the R301. The R301 has literally no recoil already been built into it. Especially you get any type of stabilizer, you're fine. I love the R301. That's just my personal preference. You can use a flatline car, whatever you like, and hope you have fun. I hope I taught you guys something. This is the secret. This is the secret sauce. This is the secret Krabby Patty formula that you've been wanting to know in Apex all this time. So let me just go over it one more time for the homies back at home. It's first controller configuration, getting your controller right, because every controller is different. Every single person's controller is different. They have certain stick drifts, and everyone's different. Number 2 is learning the recoil patterns of the guns itself, which is not that hard to do. Like R301 is down to the right a little bit. Flatline is R301 is down to the left a little bit. The flatline is to the right, down. Car is just straight down. R99 is just straight down. The Volt is just straight down as well. The Prowler, I don't use that goddamn gun. The P2 recoil. The G7, yeah. Down. It's just straight, like a solid down. Because, bro, I've had my G7 where it, look, it pops up every time. You just want to make sure you control that down a little bit. But obviously, it's not. It's a G7. Doesn't have recoil. But yeah, hope I guys taught you a lot. Any questions, concerns, comments? Leave them in the comment section below. If you give me a like, that'd be cool. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great day and peace.